People, Donald Trump, the master of mimics, is now warning of a possible black swan event. This was just posted by Trump. Please read the last two lines very carefully. Please let Jerome Powell know that he is doing a lot of damage to the home market. He makes it impossible for people to get mortgages. As of now, there is no inflation, and all signs point to a big rate cut. Tulad is a bad idea. Trump says there is no inflation, which I don't understand. I believe he's trying to act like the other side character, correct? The main character and the enemy each say something different. Trump, on the other hand, says there is no inflation. It is true that we have seen prices rise out of the blue. I find it strange. Okay, I know for sure that there will be a recession, but I find it strange that Donald Trump is saying it out loud while no one is looking. No one is looking at it. He picked Jerome Powell as head of the Fed too late the first time. It is too late for him to call Jerome Powell, end of quote. What does it mean to be too late for something? You weren't ready, right? Prices were going to drop when Jerome Powell cut rates to prepare for a black swan event. He isn't doing it yet because he wants to wait for something to set him off. He'll be too late then, right? To cut rates because black swan events cause everything to fall apart. Then he will start cutting rates. Okay, so the trigger was already pulled and now comes the biggest one of them all. It looks like rates will be cut by a lot. Rates dropped a lot. Okay, about 25 basis points is what they use when they want to cut, right? I believe that rates are usually cut every other month, but if there's a major cut, it's only done in emergency situations like a black zone event in 2020. There would be a big cut and multiple rate cuts. It's bad to be too late. What's going to happen, but we'll know what it is or when this black zone starts because this picture is called the volatility SP 500 index. When we see this chart go through the roof like it did before, these two times when everything just dropped overnight are great examples. Let's talk about Bitcoin on August 5th and then March 31st. It takes us to August 5th to August 25th. Let's check. It should be right here. August 5th. Can you see that? That's the date of this candle, August 5th. Because of that, the SP 500 volatility index went up from the end of February to April, and then again from February 2025 to April. Look at that. This whole time period was when volatility was high, so which led to XRP. Same thing here, guys, right? It was pouring down rain. Trump is yelling at the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates, but they aren't trying to do so. This means that he is 100% aware that a recession is coming, which will likely happen soon. And a black zone event is the only way to really bring down prices and maybe even go to deflation, right? That's what has been going on. That makes it the easiest plan. How are we going to know? Let's look at the chart for 2 weeks. Take a look. Now you know what a standard divergence looks like. Also, when these jumps happen, like the R side you see here, when it goes to overbought right here above 70 is when you want to splurge on XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any other stock you want, okay? So if you're not already all in, you go all in the next time this thing goes up like this and then down because of printing money. How will we know when the next black swan will appear? I think pretty soon. Because remember this, when this spikes, it means that most likely everything else is dropping hard. Given that this happens twice a week, it's likely to take some time to play out. It should happen in the next few months, in my opinion. Point A of pivot. Let me zoom in on the RSI. Take a look. Turn, all right? This line is below RSI. It's below this turn. Yes, take a look. The price is still above this turn though, okay? What is it? A deviation that points up or some kind of it, right? Either way, it's a strong sign when this proves, right? If this sign shows that it's over, the shift is still here, even if we switch to regular candles. Also, you can see that the RSI has already dropped below this pivot point, right? Even though the price is above it, the RSI trend is below it. That's a split that points up. Guys, this is really scary. It really is, right? So we need to hope that XRP goes up again so that we can sell, right? You guys don't find this funny though? I'm not here to let you trade. Do you mean trading or trades? Again, the time isn't right now, but I think it will be soon, guys. Which link leads back to this? Trump made it clear because an ACS has to roll over $9.5 trillion worth of short-term debt. He wants rates to drop to 1%. That's this fall. This fall, it takes a bad economy for rates to drop in a second wave. He told you what was going to happen. Hey, Trump, did you forget what you were supposed to do? Let's hurry this up and make your prediction come true by crushing everything. Guys, it's all on him. He sets off alarms. They still have a long way to go. That's just really bad judgment, but not as bad as his choice not to do anything about interest rates or lower them. Just like they shouldn't have taken down a roof, they should have lowered interest rates. It costs us $360 billion for each point. You think that $360 billion is a good number, which means to keep adding on top of each other. Despite that, we're getting through it and our economy may be the best it's ever been, but not on time. It's going to be awful. okay? Because he and the Fed will be to blame for everything. There is a plot going on between them all. There is a plot going on between them all. Do not be fooled here. He knows what's going to happen. This is why, in a sneaky way, he says that calling Jerome Powell too late is wrong. He's yelling so loudly that Cook needs to quit now. Everyone in the Fed is under attack by him. The police in Dinesh's government say they have gotten a federal referral for a criminal investigation into Fed Governor Cook and are taking it very seriously. It's his wish that they all quit. Yes, they won't move though. The Fed won't change its mind until the black zone shows up. They might as well move it along. I want everything to burn. I want the whole world to burn down. Most Fed members think that the risks of inflation are greater than the risks of losing a job. This is the most important piece of information from the Fed minutes. So Fed members think that the risks of inflation, which basically means that prices will keep going up, are greater than the risks to jobs. They're not interested in jobs. Remember, let's look at the job data chart T to see where it was when this goes up and the recession hits. Here it is. Do you see what I see? Numbers about unemployment, okay? It moves slowly. It looks like momentum is building. Does the E... Let's look at longer periods of time, like a month. Take a look at that. The price moved in a bullish direction. Do you see that? Move the price cheaper than there, move it here, and move it there. Okay, that's a 3-monthly and 6-monthly. That's yet another difference that points up. As promised, this is for the 6th month. That means it's likely going to happen soon. The jobless rate is going to go up, which means there is going to be a recession. This is a black zone event, which means the Fed will make big emergency rate cuts. It looks like they will cut in September 80% of the time right now. They will definitely cut if they don't in September. If they don't cut, they will wait for a black swan event to happen that will fail everything, and then they will cut. You might be thinking, okay, what is this black swan that might be coming? Trump has locked down Washington and the financial areas from finance lot because he knows what's going to happen. This was something I missed until today. As National Guard troops show up in Washington, D.C., many people are against Trump's push for authoritarianism. What's going on here then? There are now National Guard troops on the streets of Washington, D.C. This comes a day after President Trump sent the troops to the city and took over the police force, saying that violent crime was out of control. Wow, Trump said, we need to send these troops to Washington, D.C. because a lot of illegal things are going on and it's not safe for everyone. This was his reason for calling in the National Guards. Okay, now, but Finance Lot says it's not because of that he doesn't care. It's because Trump knows what's coming and that there will likely be a lot of social unrest. The National Guard will then keep everyone calm, right? Guys, this is cool. Officials have said that 800 National Guard troops and 500 federal police officers will be sent to the area. What will they say about this slump then? What will Trump's reason be? Our faith tells us that you will keep your word. We know this because you're just a puppet, but move quickly because we want it to fall so more people can rise. No, I need help. I'll get ready. This is what it is. Ophius Mises. Goodbye.